And welcome to a Bleacher Report live Skype session. I'm Haris Kruskic here with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes of All Elite Wrestling. Cody, how are you?
I'm good.
Last time we saw you, you defeated Kip Sabian with head coach Arn Anderson in your corner. What impact has a legend like Arn had on you early into this working relationship?
I mean, Arn's had kind of an impact on me since 2007, as far as when he was an agent for WWE, and now I think the impact Arn's had on me now has actually been more in the executive side of things, and people don't necessarily see that. But he's an ally and somebody I particularly wanted to have around to. You need people to say no every now and then. This is a young and wild crew, and Arn has been part of actually money-making box office wrestling, and he's responsible for some of the most box office wrestlers, of all time. So I do really love his expertise and advice behind the scenes. I am very happy to have Arn on board.
Was that a play calling sheet in his hand last week? What could possibly be on that?
It's so the call sheet is very real, and I told the cameraman, go ahead, it's shootable. You can take a look at it. I won't tell you exactly what's on it, but it's some fun stuff, and it's all completely functional. Arn's play sheet is very real, and if you get a look at it, it's very impressive. I mean, it's like you can't give away your game plan, but Arn has a different play sheet per match, and it includes a great deal of my offense as a wrestler, offense that Arn has implemented, and new stuff. So the play sheet's very real. If you get a look at it, it's special.
All right, we'll take your word for it.
It's new to wrestling too, and I'm glad. And also in the modern day TV wrestling, when so many people have so many different cameras, I do appreciate, it's a good way for me and Arn to have a conversation that the world doesn't need to or have to hear, and it's new. I like having it.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it caught a lot of people's eyes when they first saw it last week. So, yeah. So, obviously, this is all leading up to MJF. Take us back to Full Gear last November. What was your immediate reaction when he turned on you?
I mean, you kind of have these moments of I told you so moments, and I never told myself, but I was told by the world over that Max is not a good guy. I was really understanding of that. I thought our relationship would be more cemented by the fact that I'm the one who stuck my neck out for him. Matt and Nick thought he was completely rotten as a wrestler and didn't want to hire him. And I thought he was special, and we put him on All In, and he showed the world he was special. And his dad sent me this really nice email thanking me for booking his son. Very much what I said about him in the week, a few weeks ago on Dynamite's very real. His parents are pageant parents. They've been trying to make Max famous since he was a little kid. His sister was on a soap opera as a young girl. They're living their dream now that Max is on TV every week. I just thought our relationship would be cemented. It's disappointing. It's so weird. It's more disappointing as a mentor than it is anything else. My first foray into mentoring a young talent went epically, historically bad. So I don't know if I'll go there again, but it was an I told you so moment, just not me who told me. It just felt like I should have seen it coming and didn't see it coming at all.
You've accepted all the stipulations for a match with MJF at Revolution on February 29th on BR Live, including 10 lashes from MJF and a steel cage match with Wardlow. How are you preparing yourself for what is both mental and physical warfare from MJF ahead of your match?
I think the lashes are just the symbolism of it all. It's just a farce, and I think it's some weird alpha male play that I've been hit in the head with a steel chair. I've got the ring bell. I've been whipped. After over 10 years of in-ring experience, there's really little that you can hit me with. This is more about the symbolism of it all, and I know he's relishing in what he thinks this moment is. But what it actually is with every lash, we get a hair closer. to him having to have an actual wrestling match where he gets completely exposed. You know, he has this internet love right now because he's a real, true, old school heel, when in actuality, he's just lazier than 99% of our roster. And he's not going to be able to hang as far as bell to bell in the ring with me in any capacity. If we were doing predictions here, I'd say me over in 6 minutes at Revolution, because he's just not special bell to bell. But besides the point on the lashes, there's symbolism in him. I'm a man of my word. We'll do it. Not for the faint of heart. Full viewer discretion on the program. Second hour of Dynamite. Not for kids. The cage match is more of a difficulty. It's great to be in a marquee spot in the big moment at a show that's in my home in Atlanta, and in the State Farm building, a building that like means a great deal to me, and that whole lot means a lot to me. I remember when it was the Phillips, etc. But the problem is Wardlow's never wrestled for us, and you can only watch, you know, his Pittsburgh independent stuff so much before you kind of find yourself. We're in unknown waters with that, and Arn can have all the play sheets in the world. That one's gonna rely heavily on the cage and using the cage with a guy that big and a frame that impressive.
You were making fun of MJF and his Tinder profile on Twitter a couple days ago. Have you seen MJF's Tinder profile, and what's it like, if so? It's
very strange because MJF, you'd think, would be kind of living his best life now. He's on, you know, television on a top 20 cable series, and you'd think that would be his golden age. But his Tinder profile picture is of him as a nose guard on his high school football team. Because it's weird. I respect the bravado Max has, because he's regularly the first to want to get into a fight. Him and Jericho share that in common. They're ready to fight all the time. But Max, I don't think, has any martial arts experience in any capacity. I think his one credentialed sport, to his credit, is high school football. And he was like a nose guard. I know he sent Tony Khan got the tapes of Max as if he was going to hire him for the Jags to play now, because he played like pound ball in New York, where their football is, you know, might as well be flag football. It's not remotely competitive. I don't know why he uses that as his Tinder profile picture. And I don't know if it's successful for him at all. I think the fact that he's on Tinder is foolhardy enough, and I look forward to all the trouble that causes as we move forward. And as someone who's, you know, not the biggest fan of him personally, I'm still somewhat responsible for him in this executive role. So I look forward to all the trouble that comes with MJF having a Tinder. I would advise, if I could, MJF to get off Tinder as soon as possible. But if you're looking for him, ladies, it's a picture of him in high school as a nose guard.
That seems problematic.
It's very problematic. It's the worst thing ever. A lot of, I don't know all the terms now, but like there's going to be so much catfishing related to this. I don't know how many fake MJF Tinders there are compared to the real one. I can say it fully. I've never seen it come to fruition. I've never seen him have success with the Tinder app, but he's on all the dating apps, so you can find him. He's on Match. He's on all of them. The Only Farmers one, I think he snuck into. He's on all of them.
Cody, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and hopefully we're here sometime soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Revolution by now on BR Live.